Let's take a look at a completely new game that is all about fighting insane large battles and not only controlling your character but also commanding troops to secure the victory. You can try it now for free in the open beta and I will tell you everything you need to know. Thanks to my.com for sponsoring the video, it helps the channel out a lot. And now let's get into it, because what is Conqueror's Blade and what sets it apart from the rest? Of course, a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Usually we only see big battles in RTS games where you have a good overview of the map and then can command your troops accordingly. But in Conqueror's Blade, you are one of the warlords on the front lines of the battlefield, attacking a major castle or defending one from incoming siege towers, battling rams, but mostly an army of AI controlled characters that you have under your control as well. But let's go to the beginning of the game first, before you command your army. First you have to choose a background. You can create a male or female character, go for one of the presets, or you can also change different attributes how you like. After that you have a more important choice. What will be your weapon, because this is how you will fight your enemies at least for the foreseeable future. And there's a lot to choose from. We got the longsword and shield, a big pole axe, a spear, a pretty cool looking glaive weapon, but you can also go for ranged attacks with the bow or musket. I went for the Nodashi longsword because slicing multiple enemies with one attack sounded like a smart plan. You will be fighting mostly big groups of enemies in this game. But yeah, I would lie if I did not note that the armor of this character that you will likely be able to unlock later on in the game also helped with this choice. Good to note is that you will be able to learn more fighting styles later on in the game, so use different weapons. For now you will be stuck though with the one you choose here. Every weapon comes apart from the regular attacks also with its own abilities that you can upgrade. I can do a broad swing to hit multiple enemies, or just focus more on a single target with a nice stabbing attack. So watching your cooldowns so you know when to do those skills again is really important, but the Conqueror's Blade adds another layer to that, and that is the fact that you also control your own little army of 40 soldiers at a time. And there are a ton of warriors to choose from that use different weapons like bows, spears or larger shields to get into tactical positions to defend a point, for example. You have full control over your unit. You can let them follow you around, attack incoming enemies, or even have them do like some sort of charge attack to immediately catch the enemies off guard and creates an opening in their line of defense. Getting smart with the positioning and the placement of your troops and the different formations you can choose will be the key to victory in this game. Luckily, you can learn it all in the tutorial that goes over the many aspects that play a role in battle. But just like a ton of other games, you really learn it when you go out and do battles against other players. After the tutorial, you can choose where to spend your first battles. A foresty mountainy region called Ostaria, or in the desert called Maoyang. I went with the latter option to change things up a bit, as the Arabic look was a nice change of pace for sure. And I saw that in the big siege map as well. After the tutorial you can namely select different PvP modes. And one is a 15 versus 15 siege battle where one team needs to defend the castle till the time runs out. And the other team needs to attack the castle and take over multiple points inside that castle to claim victory. Of course, first they have to find a way inside the castle, but the siege towers and battling rams for the front gate will help with that. Here I was on the defending side, and it can be nerve-wracking for sure to see like a whole army ready to charge in. I chose my archer units first to hit the incoming enemies from afar, but you can also use a siege weapon yourself to already take out some incoming troops. It was a matter of time before one of the siege towers hit the wall and a ton of units reached the wall. Luckily my archers could defend it. Of course these units are from other players, so they are mostly nearby as well, and in this case it was an archer. But yeah, engaging on your own without any protection is never really a smart idea, so I decided to go back to my units again and actually had team members helping me out there as well. So this worked out fine, we could hold this point, but on the other side the red team did get some more ground, so I decided to go over there and have my archers follow me. And here you see a great example how units can evolve, because these guys had way bigger shields than your regular sword shield units, so they actually blocked way better. Later in the match, the enemies were inside the castle, and because all 15 players have their own group of 40 units, it was getting really packed for sure. Also good to notice that every time you die, you can select a new unit to spawn with you, but you of course have to unlock that unit first. You can take 5 units with you into battle, and the more units you have and the better versions you have, the more you help the team. You can, by the way, also change your units by going to a quartermaster in one of the resource points on the map. So yeah, these units are important for sure, and killing them helps the overall battle, but I think it's smarter to focus on other players, as they will do the most damage and are of course able to send these forces into battle. It's also really rewarding to slay an enemy in this larger Austrian siege, because the respawn time is way longer compared to, for example, a regular field battle. In these field battles, you have to control 3 points on the map, and by doing so you decrease the bar of the enemy, and the first one to reach 0 loses. So this is way more about fighting for the same space instead of having one defending and one attacking team. Here both teams have to be aggressive to win. And because you battle 8 versus 8 instead of the 15 versus 15 we saw in the big siege battle, and because the fights mostly take place in the 3 points on the map, it's easier to get an overview of this game mode. While the siege battles are more massive battles that are really focused on the sense of skill. There's also a player versus environment mode where you team up with other players to take out NPCs to complete different objectives. So if you want some variation in between the PvP battles, then it's totally possible to do that as well. In between the battles, you want to upgrade your arsenal, craft new weapons or gear for your character. There's a marketplace as well where you can trade items, but you of course also have to take care of your units. With the coins you get from completing quests and battles, you can unlock new units, upgrade their abilities, buy new armor or weapons for them, so they are even better the next time you go into battle. And that will totally help you in the fight, but this game goes further than the matches that you can just queue for. The goal is to conquer the map with a house you can join with other players, and while traveling the map you can encounter bandits, for example, take them out or pay the money, and you can see other people battling it out as well, and then choose to join your friends to fend off the other player. It looks like there's a ton of content in this game if you really want to dive in, with features like upgrading your camp, adding a ton of new possibilities as well. I really got the idea that I just scratched the surface of what this game has to offer during its closed beta. And it's really interesting to see that they really try to give you some sort of unique experience for an online action RPG that you can spend a ton of time with if you want. Again, the open beta is out now on PC, you can download it if you want. I will leave a link in the description down below. The game is only on PC right now, but they want to bring it to consoles later, and it will be free to play at launch. Thanks again to my.com for sponsoring the video, I really appreciate that. Subscribe of course to the channel for more gaming content if you haven't already. Like the video to support the channel, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.